The second Belt and Road Forum marks the start of the second 5-year term of the Belt and Road Initiative, and the first term has been all about promotion. And I think it's now safe to say we're moving on to the implementation phase of the initiative. But what could this mean for everyone involved? Let's find out. Besides government cooperation agreements, businesses from the Belt and Road partner countries are grabbing the headlines this year as cooperation between industry players is said to be leading the way going forward.
I think it's a great opportunity because it's not, if you just have the government event, you don't get that real exchange between the businesses, and the Belt and Road at the end of the day is about cooperation. The business to business, we have 3 meetings set up with 3 state-owned companies from China. They're in the construction and the aviation sectors. Chinese companies are really successful in the UAE in infrastructure, in energy, oil and gas, and new energy, in construction, in real estate, in telecoms. Huawei will build a 5G infrastructure in the UAE. Also in logistics and transportation, which is essential to support the flow of trade along the Belt and Road.
How is your company benefiting from this?
So we hope that this is going to ease the facilitation of ideas, capital, individuals between New Zealand and China. So it'll be a partnership and a cooperation that we can really build upon.
Мы подписали с компанией CNCS EPC-контракт на строительство большого завода по производству аммиака и карбамида в России, в Тульской области. Да, у нас уже 5 проектов с китайскими компаниями, и плюс к этому мы подписали меморандум о новом проекте, который мы будем готовить в ближайшее время. Еще более крупный проект. В качестве политического означает, что это будет самое крупное производство карбамида в России и в Европе. И это более глобальные рынки сбыта для нас.
After speaking to the foreign business delegates, I ask, does business really mean business? I mean, is politics affecting economic cooperation between the countries?
I am here basically to promote how we can see that India also benefits from the China's One Belt One Road program, especially in terms of bringing in Indian products to China and also bringing in Chinese investments to India in manufacturing. We are trying to make Indian manufacturing 25% of our GDP, and China's role as one of the global hub of manufacturing is very, very important, especially the high-end manufacturing like the future of electric vehicles or the solar or the renewable energy.
So in this case, politics is perhaps playing second fiddle to the economy. According to reports, more than 1,000 business people were invited to the CEO conference, which was the forum's first event, and this featured the signing of around 140 deals between Chinese and overseas companies. So what about any concrete cooperation projects? I spoke to the CEO of a Saudi Arabian company, and he told me they've just signed a $400 million deal with a Chinese agriculture conglomerate, the Guangdong Evergreen Group.
We sign this company, the 4th company in China for fish farming, secure food.
The two sides, meanwhile, are working together on the construction of a fishery industrial park in Saudi Arabia's city of Gazan. It's expected to cover more than 4,000 hectares and is projected to be bigger and better than the one Evergreen previously built last year in Egypt. And resident projects will include land-based aquaculture and a feed processing plant, among others.
The best technology for fish farming from China, from Evergreen, the company. The technology, this is the magic for Chinese. The technology, everything. The technology for construction, Chinese. We have already signed.
Meanwhile, with businesses linking up beyond just infrastructure, BRI experts like James Lalonde, who runs his own startups in China and also helps connect BRI businesses in various industries, says the forum has been good for China to reboot the BRI, and key to this are explicit deals.
Well, I'd like to see a lot more, case studies and transparency. So I'm personally of a belief that this whole debt trap, these 2 words that have been thrown around, is not the case, and it doesn't help China at all to saddle people with debt they can't pay back, because then the projects won't happen and their companies will take the brunt of the hit. So I think the transparency And the fact that more people see, oh, for example, with Malaysia, yeah, there was a government, they signed a deal. Maybe the price was wrong, maybe the route was wrong, maybe there were some issues with the project. The new government came in and they still, with renegotiation, kept the project. So that's the real litmus test of the Belt and Road, is can it survive a change in government and provide real value for the people.
So, businesses are kicking off BRI's implementation phase, so to speak. But with that, Beijing is now looking to be more selective about which project it invests in. In other words, Beijing is now looking to exert more control over the initiative.
And more control could mean Beijing is now looking to rebrand the BRI. And the announcement of a new debt sustainability framework is perhaps the start of that. But a question still remains, just how many countries and businesses will sign up to the BRI? I'm Josh, stay tuned with China Matters.